Awesome. So, welcome to our first partner interview. Today, we have a special guest, the owner of Cartology, an agency that helps businesses grow and scale on Amazon. We're excited to learn more about their work and get some valuable insights into the world of Amazon selling. Welcome, Michael. Thank you so much for being here.
You are very welcome. Did you say thank you? Maybe you didn't say thank you. I don't know. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here to talk about Amazon, about what Cartology does. And yeah, just appreciate the opportunity to partner with you guys.
Yeah, of course. So, all right, just to dive in, can you tell us a little bit about what you do and then what industries Cartology serves?
I certainly can. So I like to frame Amazon for people because I think that helps tee up what we do. And Amazon is a beast. It's very complex. And so our goal is really to make Amazon simplified. We take all that complexity on our shoulders. We built out the process. We know how to pull the levers, when to pull them, and how to optimize from there. But it really comes down to creating a strategy. And I feel like that word has, maybe it gets overused, like what's our strategy? But really a strategy is just what's happening right now in the market. So in our category on the marketplace, and where do we want to position ourselves? Who do we see as our competitors? Where are the search terms that people are going after that we really want to rank highly on, meaning organically? And then how do we go out and target those things from an ad perspective? That's your biggest lever. And we have an account manager that I work really closely with. I'm the chief ID officer, founder of Cartology, but I work with that account manager to create strategy. Account manager goes and implements that with the client. And then we have subcategories of work that happens under there: catalog, creative, and ads. And each person in the is an expert in their field. And we intentionally split that up because the work, although it really speaks together, and that's the account manager's job to pull that together, it really requires a level of expertise in these different things. Catalog is keeping your listings live. Amazon will suppress them for whatever reason. They feel like it goes against terms of service, or they say it's not the right product in the right category, whatever the case might be. You need more inventory, and all that stuff is catalog. Creative is just making sure your listings are conversion ready. The person that's handling stuff in the catalog isn't necessarily a creative driven person. And so we really want those people to be hyper focused on their areas. And then the ads is who are we going to go after from a competitor standpoint? What key terms do we want to target, or keywords do we want to target? Whose product EDPs do we want to go after? All those kinds of things. Where do we want to show up display wise? And so that's really what we do, is the strategy, and then catalog, creative, and catalog, creative, and ad work. And it's really full channel because those things work so well together.
Amazing. And then did you also mention the industries that you guys specialize in?
I did not. We have somewhat of the luxury of being industry agnostic, just because we rely upon brands who know their category and their audience and their product really well. And then we take that and we turn it into something that's going to work well on Amazon. We have served a lot of different brands. We've served patio, lawn, and garden. We've served health and personal care, beauty, grocery, food and beverage. And then honestly, just really we've done industrial and scientific even, but like any lifestyle brand that has a product and they really know who they're going after, clothing, accessories. We've served a brand that had a really nice pen. So there's a lot of different categories that we worked with, and it really just comes down to like, how well does this brand know who they serve and what their product is about? And then we can turn that into something that works well on Amazon. So we're open to all those fields. We haven't picked one specific thing, although some categories, the less sexy categories, tend to get less attention. But honestly, there's just as much money in those, if not more. And so I think that's an opportunity. And I love taking on some of the unsexy things, because people like, if it's not supplements or something like beauty, like we can help all those brands, and we do help those brands, but sometimes the unsexy categories can be a really big gem.
Yeah, and I know you guys work with a lot of different brands. So what would you say are some of the most common challenges that your clients face when it comes to selling on Amazon?
I would say from a creative standpoint, a lot of times they don't come with the best assets, and they also come with a lack of understanding of what's really going to drive a conversion. And so we'll create brand new product shots that we can then turn into a main image, infographics, video, etc. And then we will take that and build out a premium A+ content. We'll build out a store page, all that kind of stuff. We really want to then test it with a PickFu audience, which is a software we utilize that allows us to do some consumer research. We'll test that, say, hey, does this work well? Does it not, compared to our competitors? And then we'll go and take that same information, do an A/B experiment on Amazon. So creative is a big piece of it. People don't quite understand how important those media assets are. I think how to set up advertising, how to segment properly, like that's a big part of the strategy. And a lot of agencies don't even know what they're doing. If I'm honest, like I go in and audit accounts all the time, and it's like, why was this set up like this? Why was this set up like this? I think they have an idea of how to make some changes and to spend ads, but it's not really targeted or segmented, and that's a big problem. And then really overall, I just don't think people understand how Amazon really works and why it works the way that it works. Like they know from a consumer standpoint, but why you make certain changes and adjustments, why you have to get your catalog in order and align with your creative and align with the ads and like how that environment works, that's a big stumbling block. I would also just say a lot of people can struggle with how to spend to a place on ads that drives your organic visibility, that pushes to profitability, because a lot of people don't quite know how to balance those numbers and can cut short spend on something that maybe isn't profitable right now, but is going to drive a lot of profitability, because ad spend should be pushing organic visibility. So that's really another key thing, is just knowing when to spend and how hard to go on certain things and not cutting yourself off too soon.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a huge challenge. And we work with a lot of brands, but a lot of people just aren't even knowledgeable enough to dive into Amazon yet. So that's why we're really excited to have you featured here, just so we can learn more. And then my final question that I wanted to ask you is, for people that are just starting out on Amazon or are interested in starting in 2025, what advice or recommendations do you have for them?
Be prepared to spend on ads. That's going to be your biggest driver of growth. And the reason that's the biggest driver of growth is because when you first launch a product on Amazon, there's no sales history, there's no sales velocity. And that's what's really one of the biggest requirements for you to show up high in organic search results. And so advertising is that way to get you seen in front of people. But the reason that it helps from an organic perspective is you sell a product on an ad, it actually builds into your listing sales velocity. And so that gives you total lift, total organic visibility. Amazon's search algorithm picks that up and says, man, this is a hot product. This is a product that really has a high correlation with this, term, this scuba mask. We're seeing it sell a lot on this, so we really want to show it higher organically. So be prepared to spend, but make sure you're clear on what KPIs you want to go after. If you're trying to rank on something, but you're judging a ranking campaign based on ROAS, you're probably going to cut yourself short of spend because it's not getting the return that you want, when really your KPI should be, where are we showing up organically in search results? And just don't underestimate the complexity. Better that you maybe wait a little bit until you feel ready and prepared and have the right team and person and process. It's really expensive to hire internally. There's a lot of agencies out there. Not all agencies are cut from the same cloth, and a lot of people have agency burn. You've been promised stuff and people weren't able to deliver on it. And so I would just say, be prepared to spend, but make sure you're focusing on the right targets, right KPIs to actually drive performance.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for those fantastic insights, Michael. And thanks just for sharing your expertise with us today. If you'd like to learn more, be sure to check out Cartology's website in the description. And then I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thanks.